Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy Russell with FightHubTV.com. On the phone with us today is Art of Fighting heavyweight David Yost. Thanks for your time, Dave.
Not a problem.
How's your day going?
Dave's going great.
Great. Well, fans, if you're unfamiliar with Dave, he's a 5'11", 235er all day who is 7-3 respectfully. Dave, I know you suffered a loss to UFC heavyweight veteran Marcio Cruz. It was reported he suffered an injury to his neck during the fight he had with you. Are you aware of what happened?
Yeah, when we went to the clinch, it was a standard fight. We were hoping I could take a shot and take him down before, he got back to working. He was ground game on me. So, we ended up, got too close, got a little overzealous with my fighting. Got in close, he tripped me up and went to the ground. I just squeezed his neck basically for my life because I knew I didn't want to be there and ended up rupturing two vertebrae in his neck.
And he hasn't been able to fight since then, has he?
Nah, I don't think it's likely he'll be fighting again.
And you've had, what, a couple since then?
Yes, I've fought twice since then.
Yeah, I saw your last fight a couple of weeks ago against Matt Greason live in Tampa, and I know that HDNet Fights picked it up for the 25th. I believe that it's going to bring a lot of attention to you and the art of fighting. With that, it brings a higher talent level. Do you feel you're ready to fight anybody?
Anybody, I'm going to give him a fight. They're definitely going to be in, but I can't tell you if I'm for sure going to win or not.
So you'd probably like to fight somebody with a record closer to yours?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I've been in the sport for about 2.5 years, so who am I to say? I feel like I can take anybody. Could be a little cocky of me.
Well, when you fought Brian Fury, it looked like he had about 30 pounds on you. Are you used to fighting guys much bigger than you?
Yeah, I've always fought guys that are bigger than me. I started off as a smaller heavyweight at 215, and I've just gradually gained up to about 230. But that still leaves me, well under the larger heavyweights of my division. But it leaves me faster. They usually underestimate my strength, and they underestimate my hand speed.
You seem pretty agile and very quick to the punch. Do you ever find that your size, is not as a detriment more than an asset?
Well, I'm luckier and more that the man that trains me, Master Amir, he's all about conditioning. So I don't really feel the fatigue of a 3-round fight. I'm always ready to go. I very rarely sit down or take water during my fights. I'm just ready for that fight to go, and I've never had a fight go into the 3rd round, so I wouldn't be able to answer that.
So fighting and training at a Florida as a heavyweight, have you ever thought about a fight with Marcus Jones?
Oh, yeah, Marcus Jones is a great name. He's a big name in the sport. He's been on the UFC TV show. So fight against him would be my career, but it's a good name. I'm sure for a win.
Dave, your only losses come by way of submission. What steps are you taking to become a better ground fighter?
Well, I'm doing a lot of work on wrestling, defending the takedown, and if I do get taken down, moving to work to a dominant position where I'm on top, where I can bring down my hands and elbows, finish the fight quick.
You want to be in and out of there, yeah. But you said you trained with Amir to do 10 3-minute rounds. Is that what you said?
Let me fight any of my fights unless I can fight 5-minute rounds before the fight.
Well, definitely all of your fights leave your opponents looking pretty badly beaten. Do you think that your style of fighting is too brash and not technical enough for a Strikeforce or a UFC promotion?
Well, I mean, you got fighters in there like Brock Lesnar, who are, they're fighting and they're already heavyweight champion. And I'm not by any means a veteran of the sport. I've only just started a little over 2 years. And, I always have room for improving my game. But my strikes land, about 80% of the time unless you can something right.
Yeah, I agree. That Mike Greason fight, he was a very tough kid. That was a very brutal fight. Have you ever spoken to any promotions in Japan? I know a lot of fighters try to make a name or a career for themselves overseas. Have you ever thought about that as an option?
Well, we're trying to experience in my stand-up game, that being one of my strengths. And K1 has been talking to Art of Fighting to try and get me over there and one of their kickboxing tournaments. So, that'd be a great experience for me, and, I wouldn't ever turn down something from K1 or Dreams out there.
Yeah, both promotions are doing quite well for fighters. And it would seem that the higher paid fighters of late are a bit too cautious at times. and in most cases they leave the feeling a bit robbed to the fans. For me, the two guys that stand in the middle of the cage and bang are the most exciting. Who is the most polarized fighter out there that you think fits your fighting style and you would like to test chins with?
Well, right now I've had my eye on Strikeforce a lot. I think his name's The Undertaker, Griggs, I believe his name is.
The Gravedigger, yeah. The Gravedigger with the mutton chops, definitely.
Yeah, he seems to be the one with the highest rated stand-up game, and I'm always ready to test my stand-up against anybody, and looks like he's the one that's the next one for me. That
definitely would be an entertaining fight, man. I would more than pay to see that. Speaking of Strikeforce, they have the heavyweight tournament going on. Were you surprised to see Fedor lose his last two showings?
Definitely. I've always been a good fan of Fedor's. But like I said, no one has 100% win record. No one's gone out there and just never lost a fight in their life. Whether it's on the record, not everyone's lost. And the fact of the matter is Fedor's not unbeatable. He is one of the best fighters in the world, I will say, in my opinion. Seeing him lose was a surprise, but like I said, like any good fighter, it's not your losses, it's not your wins that define you, it's your losses. It's what you do after those.
Well, in your opinion, who is the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time?
Greatest heavyweight fighter of all time? I mean, as far as being, when you say fighter, I think of someone who's humble, who respects the sport, who has respect for other fighters, and generally other fighters can look up to. And I'd have to go with Randy the Natural Couture.
Speaking of Randy the Natural, how much illegal steroid use do you think is really going on in MMA?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there is illegal steroid use going on in MMA. They've done stories on baseball, football, basketball. Obviously people have been tested and failed. Many of us have favorite fighters have all failed those steroid tests. I know there's steroids in the sport. Whether you use them or not, it's up to you, but all I gotta say is don't get caught.
Yeah, definitely. And in your 10 fights that you've had professionally, what is normally the standard protocol for that? Do they test randomly before the fight, after the fight? How does that usually work out?
Well, in the state of Florida, they only test if you have a belt on the line, or a title belt, or a state belt, but I'm sure they'll be changing that soon.
Yeah, I would assume, especially the more Chael Sonnen talks about it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you on a side note, if you were going to fight tonight, what song would you walk out to?
Well, if I was going to fight tonight, it'd be Dropkick Murphys' Warriors Code.
Awesome. That is a great song. Hey, would you like to make any shout-outs, or is there anything that you'd like to plug?
The only thing is we got a root for Team America. They'll be fighting on March 22nd at St. Pete Times Coliseum. Joey Dennis will be fighting for the United States against Germany. So everyone's a fan. Everyone's a fan of USA and a fan of him. So let's give them all the support we can get.
Definitely. Well, definitely be on the lookout for that and make sure to promote that as much as I can. Well, David, it was great talking to you. Thank you very much for your time today, and hopefully we'll see you in the cage soon.
Anytime. Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem. I'm Russell for FightHubTV.com. Check us out on the web on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for all your MMA and boxing news. Thanks a lot.